He does look like somebody's dad.
It's very weird.
I mean, he is somebody's.
That's true.
Oh.
Well,
He doesn't remember that. Sorry, Surrey. Suppressive person. Tom Cruise is in Europe and he's doing Mission Impossible right now. And apparently the airport that he was supposed to land his helicopter at was closed for some reason and they needed a place to land.
Bummer.
I hate it when that happens, right? So apparently somebody on his team or somebody at the airport contacted a family who has a large piece of property in Warwickshire and was asked if they could land their helicopter. They had a VIP that needed to land their helicopter. Could they land their helicopter on their property?
Why not?
And they were like, yeah, no big deal. Fine. It was a VIP who was, quote, running late. They were like, okay. So the helicopter lands in their yard and out walks Tom Cruise.
Dun, dun, dun.
The lady,
and the Mission Impossible theme.
Yeah. And he does actually he parachuted in. No, he does his own stunts. No, but the woman whose property it was, her name is Allison Webb. She was like, I thought it would just be kind of cool for the kids to see a helicopter land in our garden. But then it was like Tom Cruise arrived and got out. And she says, and it was like, wow. Apparently, Tom Cruise then walked over to the kids and elbow bumped them to say hi and then thanked them. And then
berated them for not wearing a mask.
Exactly. And then yelled at them. No. But then he said, hey, kids, you want to go for a ride in the helicopter?
Oh, that's cool.
I've got free candy.
Yeah, right?
Hey, kids.
So then
I have a book I'd like you to read. It's called Dianetics.
Oh, no. Free personality test. No, thank you. So he went to go to a meeting and left the kids behind so that they could go for rides on the helicopter.
Oh, that's cool.
So then they got to ride
as weird as he
on the
is,
helicopter.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay, all of that is super awesome. And I love all of the flex of that, right? Like I'm a VIP. I've got a helicopter. Oh, I can't land at the airport. Let's just find some family's garden to land in.
That would be so
right?
awesome.
And then he gets off and he's like super cool.
Can we just talk about, it's like a great PR story. So clearly this was planned.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because we need to, he's obviously on a kick to, boost his happier side, his friendly side, his ebullient side. Because of course, the last spate of stories before this was about him yelling and berating human beings.
On the exact set of the exact movie that he's
so now he
trying
needs
to promote.
some goodwill.
Right.
And what better way to do that than to let kids ride on a helicopter?
Okay. So, but then this article that tells about the helicopter ride, which I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. How crazy would that be? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, they bring up this Indian restaurant that he allegedly went to eat at on Saturday. I talked about this for a hot second yesterday.
Yeah.
And I showed you guys the picture and I'm convinced it's not him.
Yeah.
But apparently the internet is the only people who are convinced it's not him because all the news outlets are reporting that it's absolutely him.
Yeah.
And the people who own the restaurant, it's called Asha's. And it's in, I'm trying to figure out exactly where it is. Anyway, the people who own Asha's are like, yeah, it was Tom Cruise. And I still, when I look at the picture, it doesn't look like Tom Cruise. So here's what I want the two of you to do.
Okay.
Because in this article, there are two pictures. There's one picture of Tom Cruise with the family whose garden he landed his helicopter in.
Yeah.
And then you scroll down a little bit and you see the picture of him hanging out.
Mom and some guy.
Yeah. And then you scroll down and you see the picture of him at Asha's, the Indian restaurant in Birmingham that he went to. Mm-hmm. By the way, he ordered 2 chicken tikka masalas.
Yeah.
2 orders of chicken tikka masala.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
And he enjoyed it. He did one and he enjoyed it so much he ordered it all over again. Anyway, they were very excited to have him in their restaurant. When you see those 2 pictures, does that second one really does the one outside of the Indian restaurant really look like Tom Cruise?
He's kind of schlubby.
It's so weird, you guys. I don't know why I think the mystery of the Tom Cruise at the Indian
I
restaurant
mean,
is.
I'm here for conspiracy theories.
It just looks to me like a slightly off-brand Tom Cruise.
Well, but isn't that
like
the
dollar store
rumor?
Tom Cruise.
I mean, I totally agree. It
Yeah.
does not look like what you would expect Tom Cruise to look like. But when we hear the story about his recent run-in
run
with-
into the
to a needle
exactly
that is full of fillers,
some fillers.
Yeah, it's like Bradley said, it's all in the smile. It's the same
look at the
smile.
tongue.
It's so weird.
it looks better in the first one. I will say that.
Yes.
But I also just think, like, as a person who doesn't enjoy most off-guard photographs, like
Mhm.
if somebody shows up and is like, "Hey, smile," I hate. Like, I don't
Mhm.
feel like I photograph very well in off moments. Where like the lighting isn't perfect, and what angle am I at,
Mhm.
and I'm way too self-conscious. This seems totally plausible to me.
Also, it just proves the point that everything that we watch, movies, television,
Is
has
so manipulated.
it has been digitally altered. Tom Cruise probably
But he looks-
supervises to the pore his
Right.
way that his face
That's
looks in
actually
those
a good
movies.
point.
He does look like somebody's dad.
It's very weird.
I mean, he is somebody's.
It's-
That's true.
Oh.
Well,
He
Okay.
doesn't remember that. Sorry, Surrey. Suppressive person.
oh.
Poor thing.
And not just that, he's got other children.
Oh, yeah. But those ones he has a relationship with
Yeah,
because they're
Scientologists.
Scientologists.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. This is what I needed in my life right now. Like the constant wondering if this is actually Tom Cruise.
I do love the idea that like randomly he's just going to land on somebody's, lawn,
Right?
Like out of happenstance. I mean, I
Right.
guess that stuff probably does happen, but it just seems too well timed.
Right?
Like, oh shucks, I just showed up at an Indian restaurant. Oh shucks, I just landed in a a British family's backyard.
Well, that was fun. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. That's all, folks.